Here we go. Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. It is like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So we're gonna do the Earth signs for July already because it's just so out there, right in your face, that you actually have to say, did I just really say that on TV? Right, with Israel and all of it. But not getting too political right here with the astrological reading. But basically, what you need to know is that everything is like done, done, done. Like that is the way of the mentality of the earth signs right now. Now, when we do this, you can't even get like a conversation going. So here it is, earth signs. What do you need to know? When you actually look at everything, you're like, Leo. There it is. He goes, there it is. They see something. They see something and they can't get it out. They can't get it out. Judgment. That's the only card that wants to come out for earth signs. Already foreseen. Already foreseen. This is disgusting. So when I look at this and I go, holy cow, I can't even believe it. Poker cards, let's try. Let's try to get this out for earth signs. What do we need to know? Grounded. Grounded. They're still grounded to where they're not picking up. So here we are in June. And when we're sitting in June, we are looking at everything as it should be. And when you see it, you go, no, there's something else going on. And this is how we do. So just being how earth signs are, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. They're all working together. I told you so. And I'm going to put it right out there, right in your face. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Because it doesn't matter the numbers. So you got 7 plus 6 plus 8. That literally is 18. And then you go, why? Because the subtract comes out. You're going to lose money and you're going to lose everything. It's reality. Earth signs are so grounded in reality that it's like hard abstract. There's no abstract on anything on whatsoever. When you see the 2 of spades and you see that 4 of hearts with the 3 of clubs, with the 6 of clubs, you can't complete any cycles throughout your day. Like you have unfinished business all day long in July. Leo, when they are like this, they're bouncing their legs. They're bouncing their knee. They're tapping. Impatient. When you say that, you go 9 of diamonds. Nothing is gold at that moment for them. Nothing is gold. Now, when I look at it and I see this and I say, Joker, Aviator, is the energy. When you had that 3 of wands and then you have this judgment card come out, everyone is sitting there like this. That's the reaction of everyone. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you are going to hear it because that's reality. It wasn't that hard. What is hard? Boiling it down. Steps, tears, treaties, contracts, policies, procedures, internal investigation, up to the point of go get a medical workup because something is not right. Here it is. Then you get a knock on the door. Is it the mailman? No. You go, where was this coming in? No teamwork. Where was this no teamwork? It still is playing out like a bad Groundhog Day where they have no tolerance. They have no patience. They have nothing. The 7 of Swords with the 3 of Pentacles. It's a no can do. No can do. It's right there in your face. It was so solidified on exactly what has been happening. Run it again. Okay, we'll run it again. That is me being tired in my eyes. Tired, like slammed with energy. I couldn't even see this whatsoever. 5 of Swords. This is what it feels like if you've ever been through a legal dispute or anything, or like in a court of law or a divorce or anything. This is like just workplace. Run it again. And you go, that's how some people actually earned money. Leo and like earth signs, you actually take the cake in July because you say, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. It was already known. There was no securement in something that has been seen in their lives. So when I already go straight for the crystal quartz to figure out what is true astrologically, earth signs, everything is like a Sagittarius for them. Everything is Sagittarius. It's gold. It's like jewelry. It was all of it. And you couldn't even thank anyone, like just like simplicity of thank you so much for the card. Thank you so much for everything, to the point it was that you actually have to take out the gold tarot and say, is there anything else you need to know? Because that was short and sweet. That was almost too much. Oh God, what else are signs? Astrologically, they are straight down the Earth axis. They are right polarity. They are right in the pole. When you look at their natal charts, they are full growth. They are full on. They are everything right down the middle. They are so attuned and aligned that they are on. That's rare, usually in July for our signs. Usually it's April and November. They're very attuned to the seasons. So when I see this, there is a sense of greed to be like wary of. Look at everything to the highest degree of known. Highest degree of known. When you see it and you actually look at it, you go, holy cow, communication, all forms of communication. It's odd, but it counts. That has this like form of ill justice that makes you counterintuitive. That you see the page of swords in reverse where it's a stop of a wind. You can't even make like all of it on a straight on out. That's hard when you actually go and file paperwork. That's a straight on out. Like, okay, I'm getting in my car and I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden you're like, no, I can't. Because I actually got to do this. When it keeps running like that, you did something. And you can't understand. So when you see King of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles, holy cow, holy cow. It was right there in our faces. It was so disturbing. That is what actually took the cake. I say in all these major changes, the star fulfill wishes. Good job, our signs. You got it out there. Whatever it was. Enjoy your cake in July. Enjoy your reality because it's right there. Alleviation from issues, definitely. And then they go, there was no deal. No, there's no deal. Like they keep track of everything. Beware. Be aware of the earth signs. My God. That's heinous. Especially for legal and judicial. They're going to be right on track. All right. So let's look at the runes. Let's look at the wood runes. What do earth signs need to know for the month of July? Still hidden games. I can't even say that one. That one got knocked out of my hands. Gift. There's like a hidden game that is impeding the earth signs from getting exactly what they need. Joy. I mean, there's joy in this. This is nasty. When you actually look at it and I go, holy cow, we're getting it out. It's strong, but it's only instinct. When you look at this and you look at they're living. Ill fate, ill fate. So, like I'll explain again, ill fate, when it comes straight out of the universe, it makes everyone sour. You're not to know who or where it came from. You can't understand why it came from the universe to a full on out of I'm pursuing everything to the point of like wealth. You can't even get this like nastiness. And then where you say, I literally get like an ulcer just listening to the news. And you go cross eyed So when you see it and you go, oh my God, you can't even do it. You go to this, it's like, yeah, I think you need to actually cut it out. I think you need to actually cut it out. They can't even do it anymore on what they did. Jesus Christ. Here we go. So let's actually go at the animal spirit oracle. What else do we need to see? What else do we need to know? Earth signs. Trying to slow it down. This is around, let's look at the calendar. So going into July, they're waiting. They're just waiting, Earth signs. That's all they're doing. So around the 6th and the 7th, I see a 4 going. When I see the 15th and the 16th, it is like a 4 it. And then when you see the 23rd to the 26th, it's like, what's going on here? And then you go to the 27th and to the 30th and the 31st, you're like, I don't think I can go or do anything because this is odd on how I can't do. Has to do with a symbol like a snake. So when I see snake, I actually see it as an omen for earth signs where they say, staycation, conserve, do everything that you can because you can't even believe it. Like you can't even pick up a rake. Again, here comes this beaver. Like we still can't figure out the beaver. What the heck is going on? This? What is it? Riots. When I see fire ants, it actually is showing me riots. Still, they're seeing protests. There's something still locked when I see this golden egg. Now, mind you, it came out of the sky in February on it was a ceiling effect and it came down. So earth signs would have responded all the way down. And then they would have said, no, 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 sit right there intuitively and instinctively. Sit right there and just watch it play out. And they would just go about their daily business. Now, fire signs, they would pop up and start implementing. Air signs, they would actually do this. Why am I reiterating this? Messengers, like messengers all throughout. You can't even hear it. It is a rebuttal of something coming in for earth signs to know, not so much the other signs coming in. So when I see oyster, it's a clam up. So when you look at it and you go, oh my God, there it is, the crow. It really is a shield. It really is a prism. So when you look at Pink Floyd and everything, you can't even see it and like connect all the dots to all the songs and the movies. If somebody's like that. So when it comes to love for earth signs, it is started, but there's going to be a natural delay. A natural delay. When you see work life, it is steady go, at least for another 9 months. When you see this on like personal life or anything else, it's touch and go all July. You'll get your confirmations by the way people are responding to you, by the way you read everything in letters. It's odd I'm saying it for Earth signs. So let's actually look at the Star Seed Oracle. What do we need to know? Here it is. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Wyndham. Lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. I would talk to your like your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your elderly parents, and see like what their take and their intake is on this. And I wouldn't really like cut it out. There's something about deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. I would say they saw a few things. Because when you see it, the great severing and the Mars energy, the anger, the conflict, the softening love, it actually makes it really scary on what is happening in the Middle East right now. Because when you're seeing inner authority and intuition and turn your gaze within, those who have been in like prior deployments or anything like that, they're feeling it all of a sudden. I can't even say a lot of things. When you say Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, Run with it. Run with it. And that's all you really need to know. That's really all you need to know. One more deck, and let's see what we do. So let's see what the cutout is for them, where they're done. Done for the month. Now, I see that it was to a degree like a 35 to 45 degree angle of a node. And when you do astrological reading, it really was, it feels like a Perseus, though it felt like Gemini, though it was a Sagittarius and a Libra. They were odd and complicated. It really is the new moon that really is renewing, not manifesting. Their moon cycles are going to change everything in a perspective for Earth. When you see it, it's like compassion and humanity. When you see this and you see, like, they had to been living in a fantasy and not actually see it. When I see this, I actually have to say there's probably 16 definitions to that volcano for Earth signs: patience, repression, lust. So when I see it and I say it like that, I have to say, yeah, it really was. Untamed ventures, untamed ventures when I see the wolf. But really, the wolf does is, the energy is saying exact definition: the self without others are calling a great expanse. I see big changes. They already start planning because they can foresee it. So, with that being said, that's all we have to talk about for earth signs. It really is like for all the signs, like a Saturn dictation. It's going to feel harsh with a Neptune all of a sudden for earth signs. I don't see a Mercury retrograde, but watch out for the portals opening up, like the Lionsgate portal and all of that, because it will dictate sound and what you hear intuitively. And that's all you really need to know. So, with that being said, any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share, an email. It's greatly appreciated. Also, a subscribe is greatly appreciated too. Readings and classes on Patreon, and we will talk to you soon.